Good. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I know you
Hey,
was about to
world.
tell a story. I was about to let you go. I was going to let you go, right? What's up, everybody? Harrick and BX here, and welcome to another R.O.C Hangout. We come to you live each and every single week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel. You can also find the audio version of this podcast on iTunes and Google Play through Podcast Addict. Please remember to subscribe and leave us a 5-star review, as it really helps the show out. If you're watching us on YouTube, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. It's absolutely free, does not cost you a thing. And please remember to hop into the live chat below. We'll be shouting out all the towards the end of this live stream. Website www.realmofcollectors.com. The newly revamped site has a blog section headed up by Paul C. with submissions from members throughout the realm, archive photos from J. Ruse's featured segment on ETR. We also have merchandise. We are available on the website. $13 will get you a pair of R.O.C branded shot glasses shipped anywhere in the continental US. $30 for the R.O.C Friends and Family t-shirt produced by our very own Energon Addict. And $20 for either a cap or beanie of your choice featuring the brand new Realm of Collectors logo. Any proceeds that we make from the merchandise, guys, goes right back into what we do here as a group, and it helps fund any future merchandise coming our way. As always, we appreciate the love and support from the community. So let's say what's up to the rest of the crew. We got a full house tonight. First up, Brian Brink. How are you? Is he munching?
Hey,
Can you hear me?
Sorry. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing?
Hi.
Hello.
Right.
Ooh,
Hey, you know it happened in 9 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
How's vacation?
9 or 8?
Fucking vacation's great. It's 9, Dave.
Huh.
But vacation's fantastic. I'm still living in a warehouse of toys that I'm getting organized, but it's coming together. It's coming together.
It's 8 days.
What's up? All right. Next up, Energon Addict. How are you doing?
I'm okay. Brian, it's 8 days. If you go Thursday,
What's up?
right, it's 8.
What's 4? Hey, Dave, what's 14 minus 5?
Okay, I get that, but
There you go.
okay, whatever.
I can't
All right, who's next? Go on, go. I'm here.
All right. Big what's the? How are you, bro?
Good, doing good, guys. How you doing?
Happy Tuesday. Extra
Happy
zero.
Tuesday.
How's it going, everybody? Yeah, another Tuesday, another fantastic evening. Glad to be hanging out with all y'all.
Right.
Doing
G
good.
Money. What's up?
What's going
G,
on?
How are you?
I am also very excited to see you guys hang out for a little bit tonight.
Hanging
Yeah,
out.
should be good times. All right. Masterpiece Shippiece hanging out again with us this week. What's going on?
What's up, man? Chilling.
Bama Lama Ding Dong.
Well, hello to you too, sir.
My boy.
You turn the page, you wash your hands.
Back in the saddle.
All right. JD, how are you, man?
Greetings and salutations, meatbags. How are we today?
Great.
Very well. See your face. We were
Yes.
missing you last week.
I miss you guys. Glad to
All
be
right,
back.
next
Glad to
up.
be back.
Pleasure to have you, brother. Okay, from Germany. What's happening?
Modest greetings from the great beyond and happy hump day. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Wait, is it already hump day there?
For me, it's already hump day. Yup.
Wow.
We're 7 hours ahead.
Why aren't you humping?
There's 6. Oh, that's
That'll be yeah. All right, let's run it back for some collect and connect. See what everybody got this week. First up, Brian Brink. Anything new to share?
I did get a bunch of stuff. I'll go over 2 things. One, Extra Zero can't hang this over my head anymore because I got the big powered. Came in this week. Still unopened, so I'll be done.
no, I can hang that over your head because
Ah.
I've played with mine plenty, and it's amazing.
I'm delaying gratification over here. So
Shout out to playing with the plenty.
and the other nice thing was I completed my 40th anniversary Star Wars collection, and that just means something a little extra special because of
Wait.
what happens in how many days, Dave?
9.
Is it?
It's 9.
Yeah.
My bad. I was wrong.
So,
Hey, listen,
Math is
I admit when
hard.
I'm wrong, man.
so Brian, you putting them all up on that stand with Vader, or are you leaving them in the box?
Oh no, they stay in card and will be hung on a wall.
So wait, you got a
Here.
Luke, the Jedi Luke, Celebration Luke?
Oh, you mean the rebel
Pilot.
fighter, the rebel pilot, Luke? No,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
but
I was about to be very jealous.
when
if you
funds come available next year, I'll just bite the bullet and get one.
Yeah.
But I want it to be pristine, so I'd like to buy it in person if I can.
Uh-huh.
Dude, and shout out to Ronan, man. These bubbles have no scratches, no blemishes on them. You know how some of them have like some, like you can just see the rubbing, I guess, of them. These are immaculate, crystal clear.
Nice.
Yeah.
Maybe
I love
they were
buying
like
stuff from
fresh from a case.
Man,
Nice. Thanks for sharing. All right, Dave, what's up?
Yo. Okay, so far as collecting wise, this week I didn't get much. I got a Darth Maul.
I like that he says that. I didn't get much.
I got Darth Maul. The SH Figuarts. I didn't have it originally, so I got the new release that came out. I got a few Black Series figures that I wound up buying like secondhand in one of the groups for like real cheap. I bought like a bundle, like a JD move. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So a bunch of troopers and stuff, and I wound up like if you do the math, I wound up paying like probably like $4 a fucking figure. So I was happy.
Yeah,
with that.
buddy.
And aside from that, I haven't mentioned this, but I connected with somebody a few weeks ago, Joey Feebles in the Facebook group. He had reached out to me and told me basically that he watches the show, he appreciates it, and he appreciates us. So I just wanted to shout him out and thank you for that. Keep watching, and hopefully we can bring you that entertainment that you enjoy once in a while. He kind of mentioned something like it's kind of like talking to his brother. So I thought that was cool. You know what I mean? Like
That's cool.
the
That's
way we
neat.
talk with each other is like the same connection he has with his brother, which was pretty dope. So
That's what it's about.
Yep.
Nice, man. Awesome.
That's about it.
All right, Big Dom.
What's going on? I picked up Fans Toys Coot, and that's about it. That's all I got this week. I was able to empty out my cart, and I picked him up, and I can't remember the other guy that I had in the cart to get me over the 150 mark. So
Apache.
no, that's currently in my cart, and I'm not going to release it until I get back from vacation.
Peru kill.
It was the Unique Toys lockdown. Was with
That's what I
That's
just
what the
said.
fuck.
That's what he said.
I don't know
I
what
know,
the
he's
names.
thinking of
Yo,
Venezuela
Dom, do you even
massacre.
third party, bro?
Dude, I don't know those fucking names, dude. I know them by what their names are.
Shout out to T2RX6. That's what he calls Peric. It was Venezuela Massacre.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did you get the chance to mess with any of those two yet?
I messed with the lockdown. Yeah, it's just a beautiful figure. I enjoyed it. Just the aesthetics of it, and it's a toy that you can put against any of those leader classes that you got from the movie series, and it's the lockdown that we always wanted. So I enjoy it, and I'm hoping that they'll do a Ratchet, because I think Ratchet is another leader class figure that we desperately need from that movie line.
Definitely.
I thought you said Ratchet.
No,
What I
Said
would actually get from those guys would be a Galvatron from them.
like Galvatron, but I didn't like the character. But if I can get the original, what was it? Was it 5? The first movie was 5 Autobots, 6 Autobots.
Yeah.
Yes, 5.
If I can get the original 5, that's great. And the Human Alliance really picked up the ball with all the other smaller cars and stuff like that.
Yeah, that Jazz is pretty much perfect still.
Yeah. And then, but the Ratchet is always failing. I have the Voyager Ratchet, but it just doesn't really fit the size. So
Yeah, it doesn't. Doesn't hold up. Are you gonna attempt to transform that Perukill?
No.
I'm gonna put it into car mode.
I hate transforming complex toys.
Oh, it's not complex though, man.
Dude, I'm like animated.
Yeah.
If it's not animated, I won't transform it.
Bro, I'm serious. It is one of the easy. It's deceptively easy.
Is it? I'll try.
It makes a Human Alliance figure look like insane. It really, the hardest part is just remembering that there's little tabs on the underneath of the biceps. It's not hard at all.
Gotcha. I'll try it, but when it comes to most of the masterpiece third party stuff, I avoid trying to transform it because I would just piss myself off if I broke it.
He comes in car mode too, so you kind of have to transform him if you want.
All right. Well, at least you got to. Well, at least you got to see the car mode and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. Oh, extra zero.
Cool.
Oh, okay. All right, so I got almost like a JD list going on here. I got so much shit.
Oh shit.
Well, it's my problem is when I'm out Christmas shopping, I see stuff on one for you, one for me, one for you. So my buddy T-Man 970 hooked me up with the 3 Power of the Primes Legends figures that I wanted. I skipped out on Scrapnel. Per Pinkerton, I was able to get a SH Figuarts Bowser really cheap.
Nice.
I got myself a Venezuela Massacre. I got myself Syndicus and Anarchist, which are the Voss and Kaon from MMC. I managed to find one of the carded Legends Wolverines. I got the Walgreens clones. And last but not least, I got the Omni.
Yeah.
Swapped out.
Cool.
He's really cool. I like him a lot. Oh, I got Grinder as well. Fuck.
Nice.
I got a lot of shit. But I like this guy a lot. He's really cool. He's very svelte, but he still, I think, represents the character better than Klaatu. Not to say Klaatu's a bad figure by any means, but I'll be selling mine, so look out for my sales post because I will hook you up on the cheap for him if you want him.
I was surprised at how heavy he was.
Yeah. Like all
heavy.
this die cast, all this is die cast. And I love the hands. I like how modern the hands are. Like I wish more figures had that pointer finger, like the way it's engineered and goes out straight. It's not like with the little hook. Like he's got to pick his nose.
The butt finger.
Yeah. The weird thing though is like the landing gear. They gave him some small peener action.
Totally did.
Yeah. But I'm trying to keep that as. Oh, and I got Doom VFR on the PlayStation VR, which is not sure how I feel about that one yet.
Okay, not good, or
it's just like VR has never made me nauseous until now.
Scared.
Is that good? I mean, that must be strong then, if it makes you nauseous.
No, it's just like the way they have the camera, like the way the camera's placed in the game. And I'm saying I'm not playing. I'm going to play through the fucking thing. I bought it. I'm going to beat it. It's fucking Doom. But like when you do the glory kills now, you actually have to teleport through whatever you're killing. And that like every time that happens, I'm like,
Hey, Jordan, you've already got a bite.
I've already got a bite.
Oh, you already got a bite. Nimble.
Who we got? So Jisk, yes, Jisk, I will hit you up.
Of course, it's Jisk.
So he probably needs 2 of them. So yeah, PM. Send me a PM on Facebook, and we'll seal that deal. But yeah, that's me this week. So don't want to let it drag too long. But it was a great week.
Good.
And Jose, what did you get?
No,
I think he's having problems. Gary, did you go yet?
No, I'll go real quick. My collect. Yeah, right. Mine go together actually. So I got my lockdown Parakew last week, and you're right, Jordan. I transformed him once. It's a robot. I'm like not too difficult. But he's back in car mode. I actually like him in the Lambo mode, and kind of knowing that he turns into a figure. But Paul, Chicago Paul, reached out to me because I wanted a couple extra of the little canine units that came with him, the little pets.
Yeah.
Hooked me up. He didn't really want his, so I actually got a second of the canine. I keep calling it that.
Oh no shit, that's cool.
And let's see if I can grab it real quick without. I probably can't, but I think I posted a picture of it. So you know you're collecting hardcore when you go into Michael's to get craft supplies for an idea that you have. But I think it was Friday. Like I spent probably 30 minutes in the aisles at Michael's trying to figure out, what would make the best collar and leash for these little little pet toys. So I've got I made a little homemade, some chain and little key ring things for collars. So they look pretty good. I've got them with my six shot.
You're probably beating like some third party to the punch on that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks like I said last week. With the toys. I'm a sucker for the animal companion. So I think we'll talk more about it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was it. I got Apache. I forgot about that, and it's cool. I actually like it. I'm not as worried about people talking about the shoulders and stuff. I think it articulates pretty fine, and it doesn't seem to hinder making him look good on the shelf. But yeah, that was it. But Paul, thanks again. I really appreciate it if you listen to the show. It came today. It was perfect. So thank you. That's it.
Cool. Yo, Nick, what about you, bro?
Dude, I have been taking it easy. I got this Nova figure. She was one of Galactus's heralds, and it was from an old Silver Surfer line. And she's like completely back formed gold.
Oh, shit.
And she comes with her own stand that her fucking flame hair goes into. It's pretty dope.
Nice.
Looks good, man.
I'm still hunting down a Terrax, and I think Marvel Legends back in the day did an Airwalker. Try and fill out some of the Galactus's heralds and start another shelf.
Dope. Very cool.
Nick, do you have a lot of like independent stores near you? Because you seem to find some good finds from like local places. It seems like it's close.
Yeah, we got a few comic book stores. The one that I go to is really close. Then there's quite a few like in the area.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff around here, which I'm happy with because like when I lived up in Pennsylvania, there was only like 2 shops to go to.
Mm-hmm.
That's
cool. Nick, those that you picked up, were those the old Toy Biz ones?
Yeah, it's a Toy Biz. It's from the animated Silver Surfer line, and I'm surprised. And I'm so surprised. Like she's like comic accurate, and she's on par like size wise with the Marvel Legends, and like the Silver Surfer and like some of the other aliens in that line are smaller. So like the Silver Surfer comes up to like her tits, and that's about it.
Jesus. It's kind of like they were like refilling her for like the Toy Biz Legends line and just slipped her into the Fox Kids line there.
Mm-hmm. Possibly.
Probably.
JD,
right.
I think you're next, man.
What'd you get?
Am I?
Yeah.
JD.
Oh boy. Well,
he whips out Santa's list.
Dude, I don't even. I have gotten a lot of Lego sets, Marvel Legends. I wasn't on last week, so I ended up. Some of my haul was there, but I got a Coot. I got a Omni. Who else? There was another Transformer.
Apache.
No, I didn't get Apache yet.
Perukill.
Perukill?
Nope.
Brian just coming out with that.
Are we playing what's in the fucking box? Or we
Perukill?
box
I
of
don't remember.
dicks?
Yeah, I don't remember what else. What other Transformer I got?
Bubasauruses?
That maybe. It could be.
That's like the Return Slash. Or the Prime Slash.
No, I did see a bunch of them yesterday, or not a bunch of them. I saw a swoop, but I passed. I think I'm done with the Hasbro line.
After Deluxe's review, it's like I was watching Deluxe's swoop review, and it's like there's a dude that loves Hasbro, and he's talking about the company like when Jeffrey Dahmer was coming to terms with his son being a cannibal. It's like, oh, fuck. I mean, I love him, I guess, but I don't know how much more.
Yeah, the big thing's been Lego and the Black Series stuff. And shout out to Adventures. Went to the Maryland or the Baltimore IKEA yesterday.
Oh shit!
Did some toy shopping down there as well. And
did you hit up that Barnes and Noble?
No.
Yeah, there's a lot of Figuarts 30% off.
Damn it! I wish I would have known.
I didn't find out till today.
Now, are they? My question is: are Toys R Us and Barnes and Nobles are they going to be carrying the Star Wars Figuarts?
I don't know. I mean, Barnes and Noble carries the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Toys R Us kind of keeps it to DBZ and the Street Fighter and Naruto.
Street Fighter,
yeah.
I haven't seen any Star Wars stuff at Toys R Us.
That's pissing me off.
It would sell. That's the thing, but I wonder if that's like something where Hasbro kind of has them by the balls. Like, don't you fucking do this?
Yeah.
We can't sell those Constable Zuvios, but don't you fucking carry.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other Figuarts thing I've been seeing at True is the wrestling figures.
Oh yeah, but they keep them in the wrestling aisle, not with the Figuarts. So I kind of forget that they're there. Man, I wish they would like.
They should put them all together. That would make sense.
Yeah, it would.
That doesn't make sense.
They're carrying more like they're carrying the effects pieces now and everything too.
Yeah, I did see those.
But like, they did that.
I remember what my other figure was. It was the Kaon, the Anarchist or whatever.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right. Because I made that comment. Like, we completed them the same week.
Yep, that's what the other figure was.
Yeah,
but yeah, for the my IKEA haul, I'll post some pictures to the group here. Maybe I'll do a little video shelf life once I have everything
inside.
Yeah, my room's all torn apart right now, so I'm facing these shelves that way. You can't really tell. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got though.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, what about you, Tim?
Yeah, I'm on my one figure per month haul, so I finally got the Generation Toy Tyrant, the IDW Stuff Megatron. That thing is, I love it.
Black and purple, black and purple, black and purple.
Nice.
Black and Decker, Black and Decker, Black and Decker. I love it. The paint is top notch. The energon lines are perfect. Light up works perfect. Articulation works perfect. I can't say anything negative about this guy. Like I said beforehand, I didn't know I need him until I saw the announcement pics, and yeah, I had a weird problem while Extra Zero had a problem with his light up function. I had a problem extending one piece of his railgun, and I needed to disassemble it on the first try, and it was
no disassemble.
Yeah, and it was actually screwed on too tight. I needed to loosen the screw. It actually cracked on mine, and then I was able to pull it out. But now I have, on that part where the screw comes in, I have a major stress mark on that. Good thing that doesn't come any force on it, so it's okay. Yeah. But that was a strange mistake. I was pulling, and nothing budges, like nothing whatsoever. But otherwise, perfect. Transformation is great, awesome, fun. Companion piece to Prime, vice versa. Kind of highly recommend. Anyone who is on the fence about him, get him. Absolutely worth it.
Yeah, I'd see if you can get that piece replaced.
What?
You said you should probably try to, like, if it's
we're rock rolling here.
Get it?
See if you can get that piece replaced.
Nah, I think it's okay. I don't think there would be any problem with it so far. I guess maybe I will hit up Capel. Shout out to Capel Toys. That was my first order with them. Great service, great contact, quick recovery. Excellent.
Hey, Tim, how do you say rock rolling in German?
Rock rolling. I don't even know what the German word for that would be actually, if there is even
What,
any.
do you guys not communicate over there or whatever? What's the deal?
Nobody rolls rocks over there.
Right.
They
He
just
lives-
throw
he lives
a
in
rock
Dave's
at
attic.
Rick Astley is banned.
He lives in Dave's attic. He's from New York, dude. He's not in Germany right now.
Oh, that's right.
Didn't you know that?
No, but I don't even know what this is supposed to mean, like rock rolling. I don't know everything slang wise, you know. That's
All
the
right,
thing.
so
Oh.
Tim,
What would say rock?
What would it be literally?
Rock and roll.
you just did it.
To roll a rock. Yeah, it could be literally that, and we don't have that kind of a phrase for that, like nothing.
You know what it means though, right? When we say it.
No.
All right, so that means every time somebody's talking and then somebody talks while they're talking, that's called rock rolling.
Yeah.
So if you
Okay.
rewatch this show, you'll hear a lot of it.
Okay, rock rolling would be rock rolling in German would be dazwischenreden.
Yeah, let's do that.
Can you repeat that? Repeat that, Brian. I didn't get that. What did he say?
Okay, like very slow. Dazwischenreden.
Zwischenreden.
Yeah.
Not fully bad. Not fully
Gesundheit.
bad.
Sounds like a good
Gesundheit.
dessert.
Sounds like cushion weeding.
Sounds like Zwischenreden.
Of course, that's what you heard, Dave.
Of course. You hear what you want to hear, you know.
Hey, what do they say? Perception is your reality.
Mm-hmm.
It's an educational show. We're all going to learn German.
Right.
Hey, that could be fun next year drunk.
There you go. It's the only way to do it. The only way to do it. So, Jose, what did you get, Jose?
What I get? Can you guys hear me? Do I sound okay? Am I breaking up?
You got a little Max Headroom going on, but
Yeah.
A little bit, but mostly okay.
Yes. My video is to hear me. That's what counts, I guess. I got some of those Power to Primes Legends class figures from Dom, all 4 of them, the whole set. So thank you, Dom, very much for picking those up for me.
Yeah, show Shrapnel some love, dude.
I don't think I got him before when he was released
Yeah, he was released
ago
now,
or whatever.
I thought Shrapnel was a girl.
no. That's Scrapnel, silly.
Oh, my bad.
Now the question is that I knew they were all, like their colors didn't match from when Bombshell came off. I was wondering if this new one they actually got the colors to match Bombshell.
I was gonna ask the same thing if they
bothered
to match the fucking colors this time.
Yeah, it's the
and
same.
I don't have
generation.
Yeah, I think it's the same, but and I don't have my Bombshell
I got
out, so I can compare.
Well, they totally fucked all 3 of those. The kickback, they did transparent fucking yellow, and then
Wait for them to do a platinum set, so you have to buy them all over again.
Oh, of course.
Those 3 make it easy for everybody just to get the set of them if they want.
They did a G1 set of a platinum series, but it cost like what, $90? It was just ridiculous.
Yeah. And then they wound up at Kmart on clearance for like $35.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of them.
Army build.
Army build.
Just like haul for me this week wasn't nothing crazy. So thank you, Dom, once again.
Oh, no problem, buddy. That was a quick one.
Yeah, nice and quick. And I just want to shout everybody out that's participating in the R.O.C Wellness Challenge. I think this is day 5, and there's some of us here on the panel. You know what I'm saying? Good job.
Yep.
So far.
Definitely.
Shit out the confetti.
All right.
Shit out the Entenmann's confetti cake.
Oh, don't start that shit again. So anybody that's listening that doesn't get that joke, right? So if you don't get on the after hangout after ETR, which I advise everybody to jump in, Dust was on there last night, and we're all talking about dieting and what we're doing, and he's like, Well, I'm eating confetti cake, and it's good, and just saying all types of shit about this confetti cake, and we're all like, "Fucking motherfucker!" Like, I had to drop my headphones, go get grapes out of the kitchen, and then like Dom's like, "Dave, what are you eating?" I'm like, "Grapes."
Rage
Like,
grapes.
Those aren't fucking grapes. Those are fucking what you
Milk
say?
duds. Milk duds.
Dave, why are your grapes crunchy?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. Now.
The Whoppers.
Why is there a little M on your grapes?
It's like the worst time to be hanging out with dudes eating cake when you're fucking stoned and you're like chilling on a hangout and fucking dudes are eating cake and you're like, fuck, you know? But
It's the worst. The worst. All right, let's get into some of the topics we got for tonight. This is from Tim. We were trying to do this a couple of weeks ago. We didn't have the time, so we're going to tackle this right now. What is the oddest thing that you own in your collection, and does it have any sentimental value to you? So,
wow.
Thing. So I don't know. Like for me, real quick, I was really trying to think hard about this question. And I'm like, I don't really know, like, if I have anything that I would consider odd, because everything is like fig arts or Transformers, and you know, like, so there's nothing kind of like outside of the box that I have. Like, you know, maybe plush Taz that I've had for like the past 20 years, you know, since like the mid 90s. That kind of keep as far as like sentimental value over 20 years. So that's really like the only thing that I could say. I couldn't really think of anything collection wise that I had. So how about the rest of you?
like Jose, I'm gonna go off what you just said. You said you had a plush Taz, right? So I have, you know, everybody knows I like Ewoks, right? So, there we go. You know, so you know, I don't know if you guys remember, but in the early '80s they came out with plush Ewoks, right? You guys see them at these toy shows that we go to, right? Yeah. So I had them as a kid, and I was just like, man, I gotta rebuy them. So I rebought them. I bought them with tags and everything, you know, like they're like 1984 or whatever they are. And it's more like a sentimental thing, like you said, you know, just to have it. It's not like I'm gonna sleep with it or anything, but you know, I would say that. Listen, JD, we don't talk about this on the air. That's the after hangout, right? But I would say that's probably my weirdest thing in my collection is probably that and that plush Snoke that Gary bought me that's sitting over there looking at me right now and looks like a cracked out baby Stewie.
It's crazy.
Oh no.
Now you can give Seth MacFarlane ideas. They do like a post trilogy Family Guy thing.
Oh yeah, there you go. Stewie will be Snoke.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I got a couple oddballs.
Go ahead.
I got I collect Optimus Primes kind of like Ryan does. So I've got like some of the novelty ones. Like I've got the Optimus Prime pen somewhere. I've got like a little PlayStation Optimus Prime. And then you know, like oddity wise, like I have some weird games. Like I have like Shaq Fu on every system it was released on. Like I had a Genesis version somewhere. Cool. My thing is like I'm a preservationist for Shaq Fu because Screw Attack, they've gone around trying to destroy every copy that exists. But I state that you're not a hardcore gamer unless you own at least one copy of Shaq Fu. And then the other weird thing I have is I have an action figure of my friend T-Man that I customized that was originally a Cleveland from Family Guy, and I put like an Autobot like dry rub symbol on his chest. Nice. So like sometimes I'll film like little skits. All because he had a commenter say he looked like Cleveland from Family Guy, so I'll like troll him sometimes. And I'll do the voice and everything.
So Jordan, I'm gonna ask you a question. Does he have a figure of you at his house?
Not yet, but I'm scared when he does. I'm probably like a troll doll, shaved off two sides of the head.
I'm sure there's a wrestling figure that's pretty close to
probably
your haircut.
There's probably a wrestling figure, or you know, there's got to be something out there where. Just thank God he can't do like any impression of me.
For me, if you're done, Jordan,
I'm done. I'm not gonna
want to rock roll you. All right.
Can I finish?
Can
I finish? No, go ahead.
Let's see. I was, wanted to be like the cool kids. I could say my my old Alf stuffed animal, which I still have.
Sleeps with it.
Did you say cats?
Not every Alf. Only in the summer. But I will say that I still have a collection of micro machines, which is a bit odd.
No,
that's
dude,
pretty
Hey,
cool,
that's-
man. I wish I
that's
had
pretty
some.
awesome.
Because
My
I will
version
think
is
about
dope.
them all the time.
Yeah, so I still have some of those. They don't fit in with what I'm collecting now, obviously. But
No, but dude, you know, it'd be badass if you got like Metroplex and put them all over them, or
Ooh.
like some sort of city bot.
hey, now you're talking.
No, he's got to play Home Alone and set him up by his Christmas tree and stuff.
Exactly.
Metroplex all over 'em.
Booby traps.
Now you can make them fit. So you fucking put them in with the Diaclones. They're probably in scale with Dionauts.
Baby, I don't know.
Hey, Brian. What planet is Alf from?
Melmac,
Okay,
Yep.
good shit.
do you know what his favorite meal is?
Cats
Besides
do.
cats.
Cat.
Cats.
So if you guys don't watch Mr. Robot, just throw this out there. There's an episode in season 2 that's like a dream episode, and like Alf is in it, like legit for half the episode. And
Dude,
it's funny
I'm gonna
because
start watching that tomorrow. That's gonna be my vacation pass tomorrow.
Yeah.
Start watching.
I gotta watch that tomorrow too.
What's it called?
Mr. Robot.
Mr.
It's a
Robot.
serious show, right? And there's like an episode in season 2 where like he's like in a dream, but like fucking Alf is in the episode with him for half the episode.
Hey,
And it's like the guy that does Alf's voice.
hey, and in one of the episodes, the little kid Brian, he was actually playing with Starcom toys. So knowledge drop.
Yeah,
Nice.
right. Stockholm.
Well, I guess I'll go. So I was pretty hardcore into the Masters of the Universe Classics, when it first came out, kind of 08, 09. I had the subscription for a couple of years. I at one point I had I think 2 bookcases full of those things. And it's cool because that kind of led me to some of the people here on the panel. But I don't have any of them left. I've kind of recycled them through to other things in the collection. But again, being the person that just for oddly likes the companions, I kept the little Hordak, the little imp, the little flying guy that came with Hordak.
Like a little pig face looking dude.
Exactly. Yeah, the little light blue guy with the yellow eyes. Just because, I don't know why, but now I've got that giant. I'm looking at it right now. I'll put a picture in the chat later on. I've got that giant Nemesis, Moss Prime, the one that doesn't transform, that 18-inch one, I think. Brink, you've got him, right?
Yeah,
I think
I've got him too.
The regular one. But he's holding him in his hand.
Yeah.
So not only did I keep this little guy, but he's actually on display with a giant, Nemesis Optimus. So
Very cool.
Hey Gary, what is your Grimlock holding behind you?
he has got the his gun in one hand and some of the blue Bandai kind of figure arts flame effects on his handgun.
Oh, nice.
And then he's got the key to Vector Sigma on a chain on the other one.
I thought he had
Just
some
holding
kind of deer antler gun.
Yeah, no, they're the little blue effects. So I think
I thought it looked like this is a symbiote.
most I could probably do. Most of my guys on the shelf up there either are holding an Energon cube. Let's see, it's key for Vector Sigma. Let's see, Despotron's got a Matrix on a chain, and I don't know. Like I said, I've got Fuma's got two dogs now. Compliments of lockdown.
Nice. So you all got them kind of dressed up or doing
Everybody.
somehow. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's why I kept the little guys and stuff. It's just the accessories. I think sometimes I have fun trying to think of something different with the display. But yeah, that's it. That little guy.
Say shout out to Sunday Heat. He's still got a Stretch Armstrong.
Stretch Armstrong.
Nice.
See, now remind me of exactly what that was, because I do remember having like one of those like figures that were like bendable, and you could just stretch the arms and the legs. Is that what that was?
Yes.
He stretches arms, legs, torso, and then they came out with a dog form in the '90s and relaunched it. But my favorite one was Vac-Man. where instead of being filled with corn syrup, he was filled with like foam pellets, and you would like suck all the air out of him, and he would stay stretched out, and then you'd press a button on him, and he'd like go back to normal. It would like release the vacuum in his head.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I remember having one of those things that stretched. So that's probably the Stretch Armstrong then. I think.
It wasn't Gumby you're thinking of, right? Gumby and Pokey?
No, Gumby.
Blockhead.
I remember Gumby.
Well, I
have
guess
one
I
too?
go. Oh, sorry.
Or whoever.
I'm
hearing silence.
I'll go. It's mine's simple. It's I got two. I guess you can say. I recently picked up those Dark Water figures at a convention. Those are probably
Zolocon.
Yeah, and
Pirates of
Zolocon.
the Dark Water.
Yeah, Pirates of the Dark Water.
Yeah. I
Oh
remember
my
the-
gosh! Wow.
It was a great show. Like I just remember it. It was. I remember I watched it with my brother in the mornings before we were at school. It was on like early in the morning. And we would watch it, and it was a great series. I enjoyed it. I even picked up the comic books and stuff that came out for it, and then when I saw it at Zolocon, I actually picked up the whole set, and I eventually purchased the ship that comes with the set. So,
how about
I
Skeleton Warriors?
no, I'm not. I didn't have any Skeleton Warriors.
I just had to Google those Pirates of the Dark Water, and I see this, I don't know, like bluish ghost pirate woman thingy. I think I saw that back then, but I don't think it had much of a syndication in Germany.
Yeah, it was a good cartoon show. It was not very popular, but the storyline was pretty cool, and it kept you like a cliffhanger every episode and stuff like that. So it was really good. He had to collect a certain like I guess jewels or something. I can't remember, but he had to collect certain charms and stuff to gain power to destroy the Dark Water and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
I had to Google it myself because I didn't remember it. But now seeing it, I'm like, okay, I do remember it, but I know like I never watched it. It got some pretty high scores though here, like on IMDb and TV.com.
Yeah, the storyline was good. The character builds were great. The guy who played the villain was like awesome. It was just a good show, and I just did. There was like time between me and my brother before we went to school, and it was always something I remembered. So when I saw it at the convention, I didn't even know they made toys for him, and then I picked them up and they added them to my collection. Way off Transformers or Star Wars or anything else. So, but it's a simple.
You have the whole set now, Dom?
Yeah, it's the whole set. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's not a hard set to get. I think there was like eight or nine action figures, and then the ship. So it's not a hard collection to get. So, but it just has some memories for me.
A rabbit hole that's not too deep.
too crazy. No. I think I bought like each figure for $10 at the show.
That's not bad at all.
No.
And they were sealed. They were sealed carded on the original card and everything.
Nice.
And so they weren't that expensive.
Do you need any more, Dom?
No.
Or do you have them all?
No, I have them all. I have the whole set. The guy had the whole set, multiples of them. So I went through some of the boxes he had and picked out the ones I wanted, and then basically he didn't have the ship. He gave me his card, and I think I don't know whether I contacted him or somebody on eBay had it cheaper, and I just bought it. I bought it off of them, and I got the ship in my collection. But that's about it. And then I'm a big animated Transformers fan. And McDonald's in their Happy Meals came out with a toy line for the animated series, and I just had to get them. So I have.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
I have the animated toy line from McDonald's.
Hey Dom, I got a question for you.
What's up?
So when you got those, right? Let's say you got like a double in your Happy Meal. Did you go back and say, "Hey, I don't want this one. I'm looking for one in particular"?
No, when I was working, there was a McDonald's right next to me. I was actually working in Hudson, and there was a McDonald's that was just down the road, and I actually went in there and I didn't buy a Happy Meal. I just asked them if they had the toys, and they sold the toys individually.
Oh no shit!
Cool.
Yeah,
so
you can usually do that.
If you ask, they'll sell the toys individually.
Hey Dom, did you ever get those?
Sorry, what's up?
I was gonna say, did you ever get those third-party Huffer and Pipes from Animated? They looked like Mario and Luigi.
No, I missed out on those. Yeah, no, I did not get those. I think they go for a pretty penny these days. Those two.
I thought they were like on clearance last Black Friday.
Were they?
Yeah.
I thought so. I thought I saw them.
Yeah, never picked them up. I'd be surprised if they're. I remember I saw, and when I missed them, I looked at them. They were going for because they all sold out, and then they were going for a hefty price. So I never went back to get them.
So on the animated show, were they like reminiscent of Mario and Luigi, or was that
They
just
never made it.
Nah, they never made it.
When you first started talking about those things, I was actually remembering that McDonald's did those transformable Big Mac burgers.
Big Macs, the burgers. Yep.
Those things look so hilarious.
The pancake.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah,
Dude.
great toss.
I don't think anything will ever beat those McDonald's Muppet Babies they did with the little,
Oh my god, with the little vehicles and shit.
Exactly. Yeah, the tricycle and the skateboard and the.
I have a ton of those things.
Yeah, we got those too. So anybody else? We'll say
Yeah.
I'll go quick. 'Cause
go ahead.
I gotta take a pee. I would say I don't know. I've been collecting for a very long time, so I have some pretty weird stuff. Most notable, I have a big plush ET, the one that talks to you and lights up and all that shit. And then, yeah, probably, yeah, I do. Unlike you, Dave, I'm not here to hide nothing. Okay, I'm not trying to hide nothing. And then at the shop, I have I don't know who made it. I don't know who made either one of these, but I have a 12-inch Slee Stack from Land of the Lost. It's like still in the box and all that.
Oh, I love that series.
Yeah, and then I have a Walter from The Big Lebowski, but it's like super exaggerated, like the proportions. I mean, he's like completely bloated, and his head's like little tiny, but it's like a, probably an 8 or 10-inch action figure. That's pretty awesome.
Cool.
But, yeah.
Dope.
Those are my notes. Now I'm gonna go pee, so I'll be back.
Yo, mine is my Bane teddy bear. I love this little fucking thing. Yo.
He's showing it too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I got him.
I love
kind of like on the lines of what JD was talking about fucking Walter. I got a super deformed Biggie Smalls.
Jesus,
That's
Christ.
freaking cool, man.
I love that shit.
Very cool.
I've come to the notion that I guess that plush things are not weird now because all you motherfuckers got some plush shit too in your house. So
They don't actually. No, wait, I do. And
Uh-oh.
I got from somebody made this. It's the brain slug from Futurama, and it actually has a clip. You can wear it on your head. So no, I can't call nobody weird now.
Danny say true.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I put him in my mohawk. Let's say he's my official Bender hat.
Yeah, but that's
And I stuck my phone. Are you happy now?
Tim, did you give us yours?
Yeah. I got 2 plushies too. It's from Masters of the Universe, but those are actually not the weirdest ones. The weirdest one I got is that one. That's a Transformers pop-up book.
Okay.
And I got this from my girlfriend. I tried to show a little bit. The setups from this thing are amazing. I will put the camera a bit down.
Hey, put some pants on.
Hey, come on, man.
Hey. Happy to see us, huh?
So this actually pops up. You have a
It's not the
stop.
only one that's popping up.
Sure did pop up.
You know,
Tim,
You have
it's a family
stop
show.
here where you pull at this, the actual robot comes out.
That's really
Dude, Tim.
And here you have a Cybertron set, like one of the guys that probably didn't see, pops out like that. And when I pull on this string like here, it transforms to a battlesuit with Devastator.
Can't make this shit up, man.
Shout out to pulling on strings.
This is great podcasting.
And then you pull out, and it blasts all over devastating.
So the German guy puts his camera down by his crotch and starts pulling on strings and shit. All right, cool.
But this thing actually works, and it looks pretty fucking awesome. Here's even pretty big.
I hope it works.
I hope it works.
Keeps going. Keeps going.
You guys are fucking horrible. You're giving me the hardest time possible.
Giving you a hard
Are we giving you a hard time?
Yeah, the hardest time, man.
Keep it coming, dude. Keep it coming, man.
Now Dom's talking about keeping coming, and
Yeah, keep it coming.
I gotta get rid of this thing. Oh god, it's hot in here.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, in that book,
That's amazing.
was it a mix of movie G1? It looked like it was like a movie design, but then it looked G1. Like what is it?
Yeah, it's actually like a kind, I don't know, merged designs. That Bumblebee is kind of a mix of Prime and a little bit of G1, and also a little bit movie in there. That Optimus is also more Prime-like. That Megatron has his tank alternate mode, but it's mostly pretty G1 oriented. So also with all the battle scenes with Devastator and everything, and Sunstreaker as a yellow Lamborghini type stuff in there, it's pretty much true to form, and it's like pretty odd. It's not something I look at it all the time, but just this sheer thing. I mean, you have pop-up books all the time, like Walking Dead and everything, with all those scenes that pop up, and but for Transformers like that, those things actually transform in them with folded paper craft stuff. That is pretty intense.
I'd like to see a pop up like Hustler or Penthouse or something.
then Tim pans the camera down again.
Wait, I got you.
Ding ding ding.
Brian wants the
Who
double
says
D
Princess today?
edition. The double D edition.
Well, that's interesting. I've never seen any. I mean, I haven't gone to look, but I haven't seen any pop-ups like.
Sorry, Jose. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, no,
All
you don't have those over there? Don't you get it?
Not that I've seen. I haven't seen. I mean, I don't really look for pop-up stuff, but I haven't noticed any like when I'm in the bookstore.
Okay.
Like actively look for it and see if we have anything like that over here.
Yeah, I thought maybe the comics or the Transformers section will be popping up somewhere.
Something like good to get for the nephew for Christmas or something like that. So it's pretty cool. All right. Well, we went from the oddest thing that we own in our collections to how do we keep track of our collection? Do you keep track of your collection? If you do, how do you do it? And is your collection insured? Pieces, disaster strikes.
Okay.
So
yes, and yes to both, actually. So I guess I'll just share real quick. So I learned years ago I had a Jeep Wrangler as a car, and it was built. It was lifted and big tires and chrome Nerf bars and bumpers and all that kind of stuff. I was into it pretty hardcore, and I learned basically if I wanted to cover all that accessories basically on the insurance, I had to get like a separate rider for it for the policy. So that kind of transitioned over to me in my collecting. So I keep a list. I don't have it quite as extensive as a collection as some of you guys on the panel do, but I do have a list of everything. If I sell something or add to it, I'll update it, and I keep prices, and I did a separate adjustment to our homeowners insurance policy, and that actually helps kind of cover it. Just in the event that something happens and it's gone, so I don't have to worry about perceived value and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
do you have to provide I'm sorry, Brian. Do you have like for something like that to put your figures like under your insurance, and you have like the list of what things cost and what you have? Do you have to provide proof of cost to the insurers?
When I set it up, I didn't have to do proof. It was basically like what was the amount I wanted to have the collection covered for, and then just kind of to support it, and then they adjusted the premium basically for that.
Okay.
Now, when I did it, like we don't have a ton of like stuff like that, but like my wife has her engagement ring and her wedding ring and like my wedding band, stuff that's like out of the house, that is at risk of being stolen or lost at some point. So we kind of included it as a separate part when we did that part of the policy, but it wasn't terribly hard to set it up, but definitely worth the peace of mind once I had it. Just, like I said, it's just stuff, but just in case, it's kind of nice to know that, it shouldn't be a battle to fight for it if it was ever completely gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go real quick because I have a question for Gary. But one is I don't keep track of it. And second is I think when I bought my house, I asked my insurance company about it, and they said they didn't cover that side of the thing. Did you have to go? Were you able to go with your regular homeowner people, or did you have to go through a third party? Or
no, I did do regular homeowners insurance.
Okay.
And like I said, I think what I did is when I was doing the jewelry, which is pretty common, like jewelry and watches and stuff like that, to have a separate, kind of like, I guess, I don't have to call it a rider. My terminology might be off. And I mentioned, hey, I have some collectibles. Of course, they assumed, what is it, like sports memorabilia?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, not quite. I said it, but, similar ideas. It's just, a hobby. And so it basically, you do a list, keep some photos of what it looks like,
Yep.
for what you've got. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. And then I just obviously, so.
I know what I'll do. I'll tell them that it's jewelry, and I'll go to the insurance agent's office with like an MP10 around my neck.
The KO gold one, right?
There's always the possibility they'd want the paper trail too, and the nice part about doing like all the transactions online is you have e-receipts. Mm-hmm. But I've seen a lot of horror stories. I lost my collection once in my life, and I'm not going to allow it to happen again. And recently I saw where someone's home had burned down. Mm-hmm. They lost a lot of their collection, and they weren't getting much for it. I've been keeping track of my collection since about, I want to say, late 2015. There was just the day where we were in our moratorium for work, and I said, it'd be a good idea to start a spreadsheet and just put all the high-end figures that I have in one spreadsheet and add in tabs. I mean, partially because I'm a nerd and partially because I was bored over this moratorium and my old boss didn't care what we did. So I sat there and I went through and I itemized, and I had I put in, sorting options for it, the company that made it, the condition I bought it in, what version it was, what I paid for it, where I bought it, and what the estimated value is now. And then notes like, does it have the box? Is there any damage? Are there any flaws with the figure? And kind of like with Gary, I have renter's insurance. So with Progressive, they kind of like, well, give us a ballpark and we'll work that into your deductible there. And I have pictures and everything, and they're like, well, would you be able to produce kind of like some receipts in the event that we needed to itemize some of these in the event something catastrophic happened? I'm like, yeah, of course, thanks. PayPal and the sites I've bought from that just kind of keep my purchases going back. I'm putting Dom to sleep with this. It doesn't fit into Dominomics. He's like, fuck that.
No. You did exactly what I did.
But yeah, okay. Well, see, yeah, exactly. But I think it's important because you never want to come home one day and find out that you've been robbed. Or in my case, I had a whole bunch of stuff in storage. I had all my childhood collection in storage, and then it's gone, and I had no trail of it whatsoever. That was just it. So anytime I see somebody where of course, if you see somebody's home burned down, that's it tugs the heartstrings. But then when you see, their collection's gone too, and we put a lot of stuff, into our collections, and it's a huge financial decision. Obviously life comes first, but there's a lot of sacrifice that goes into your collection. You might say, well, I'm not going to go on a vacation. I'm just going to do a staycation so I can afford this Dinobot that's coming out. Shit like that.
Yes.
I miss the days when I could do that, but with the significant other, I can't. Like if she wants to go to Florida or something, it's like okay. Honey.
That's why you don't have the Soul Jigokin Megazord.
Neither does Gary.
Listen, Jose, you're exactly. Jose, you're sitting on a weekend trip anytime you want. Anytime.
Absolutely right.
I was always kind of more worried about like a natural disaster, especially when I rented and was in an apartment with other people around. I'd always worry about someone setting off like the sprinkler system in a building, and it being like water damage, or living different places where Nick, like for you, like we have hurricane concerns. And Jisk, by the way, we're thinking about you also if you're listening to the 50-degree weather that you got coming up. Hope you make it through okay.
It'll be a struggle.
Hope you bought a sweatshirt, buddy.
Yeah, but I always just kind of thought about that too. Really, if it was some natural kind of thing that caused everything to be destroyed, because I don't know, I don't think anyone else would really care about trying to steal it. I don't think they would. I think they'd just ignore it and not care. Unless it was an inside job, right? Someone in the realm came and did it.
Dave.
Always Dave. Always Dave.
I basically did the same thing as Jordan and Gary. My G1 collection is insured. I actually used the AFA grading receipts that I did to basically get them appraised, and they're basically scheduled. That's what my insurance company calls it, scheduled. It's like I have like Gary said, I have my wife's engagement ring, her wedding band, my band, some of her jewelry, her necklace, her earrings, and stuff like that. So it's basically like Gary said. You pay with jewelry, you have to offer an appraisal, and then on that value, they dictate a premium that you have to pay every month, like every year, a yearly payment. So you pay that, and then those items on that scheduled list are insured at that value. So, and then God forbid if anything happens to them, you basically call in that claim, and you get that value for your items that are scheduled. So, and that's it. Like I keep it all on a spreadsheet. I'm lacking in that department because I'm just getting lazy. So hopefully when I set up this room, and I've been slowly transferring over my stuff to my parents' house so I can get a room that I can actually start displaying my collection. I can go through some of my stuff and catalog what I have currently and stuff like that. But as a completist, it's kind of easy. So if I'm in the Black Series line, I have everything from the beginning to current. So it's like I can just go on the web and say, this is my list, and I pay pretty much retail for everything. So I just, other than that Pilot Luke 40th celebration bastard. But,
dude, I was at Celebration. I couldn't get one. So
yeah. So I just, things of high value.
You do like a cloud stored spreadsheet, like on Google Docs?
No, it's just on Excel. It's an Excel on and I keep it on my my P drive at my work, which is secure drive that doesn't travels with me throughout work and stuff like that. So
okay, I just keep mine on my Google just because it's anywhere.
Yep. Yeah. So I don't keep it on a computer for God forbid if the spreadsheet gets lost or the computer gets damaged. Yeah. I have it on a safe web, cloud site that my company uses. So I have it up there. But other than that, and then my father and my parents know, God forbid if anything happens to me, they know the password to that file. So, and my company, my dad works for the same company as I do. So.
Dom, we're going to hack your cloud.
Nah.
And change everything to My Little Ponies.
Yeah, My Little Ponies. Like, I never knew I had that.
For real, though, this conversation is kind of getting me worried because I paid cash and credit card instead of PayPal for a lot of stuff, so I don't have receipts. Mm-hmm. And I was going to be looking into insurance soon. And, the stuff that,
if you do PayPal, always add a note for what you're paying for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm always also a little bit like Nick. I have my collection pretty much nailed down in my insurance, but I don't have a spreadsheet or anything whatsoever, and also receipts are pretty low on mine. I think yeah.
You know what they told me would work? Just go back and get your emails. Like, if you got, when I do my spreadsheet, I'll go back. I'll be like, oh, okay, Spark Toys Alpha Pack. Who'd I buy that from? And I'll just do on my Google. And then the stuff from the group buys, I got like 3 people that I deal with, and you can do search on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I mostly bought from online shops and stuff, and my insurance agent, he also said, yeah, from those things that are pretty old now, almost like a few years, I don't pretty much need that. I would really need to have a list and see what everything costs, like realistically, and also check what it would be going for now, and that would be probably okay. I mean, I hope something like those horrible pictures we have seen never happens to me, but hope is not enough. So I gotta do a spreadsheet. It's just like that. I hate spreadsheets. I'm lazying out on that.
I'm gonna have to get with my insurance agent and figure it out, because I paid cash at the cons a lot, and that's where a big majority of my collection comes from. And then, I don't think about it, and I just go to the comic store and pick up, selects and shit like that. And some of those have increased in value by a lot.
Yeah, I think I was taught or told that, if you start with like photos, it's one of the easiest ways to at least get some type of history for what you have.
Absolutely.
And then it's like, even if you have, a couple paperwork for a few things, if you can, show that, then it validates the rest of the collection to some degree also. So even if you don't have like paperwork for every single item, if you show, that you've put forth the effort for it, it's going to kind of make things work out a little bit easier for you if you needed it to.
And some tips I do is that we're so quick to throw the receipts out from, like, if you're buying for BBTS or TF Source or any of your Agabus. I keep those receipts. I file them. I file it away. I have a folder, like a briefcase folder, that I put all that stuff in. So just in case I have to go back to it, I know it's there, and I have all the. Even if I'm falling behind on my spreadsheet, I know I can go to those receipts and just update it as current as possible.
Yeah. I mean, I've done this.
Destroy those things right away. I never wanted my girl to accidentally see the amount.
That's weighing the risk.
Then you realize you didn't buy life insurance.
Yep. And actually, eBay does a good job. Not on sales, but on purchases. They do a really good job in keeping history. You won't be able to see like the photo, but you can definitely see the description and the amount that you purchased it for.
Yeah.
So I just have one question for the group, Jose, if it's okay. And you can just do like kind of, stay in or get out, right? Kind of respond. So let's say something, everyone's okay in your family, pets, family, spouses, everyone's safe, but materialistically everything is gone, right? Destroyed one way or another. It's gone. And you have the buyout, right? And let's say it's a fair buyout. Do you start over, or are you done and do something different?
Ooh.
Hot toys.
Hot toys.
I'll jump right in.
Hot toys.
I got my answer already.
Yeah,
I would. I think I would refocus for sure.
So do you think a different line, or do you think like a different hobby altogether?
You know what? That's hard. You know what? Like, I feel like I wouldn't go as crazy trying to get a lot of things back. Maybe a couple of pieces that I would consider favorites, and then maybe just continue from there.
Okay. I feel bad for the person that's buying me out. It's gonna take them weeks, months.
JD is getting a Lexus.
Fuck that.
That's man.
I'd start over. I can't get out of this shit.
Yeah, I'd take the money from the Soldier Go and Voltron and buy an island in the Pacific.
just invite me. Just invite me.
Man, I don't think I could start over.
Just Brian, just make sure you got Kahlua pina coladas.
The Henny coladas.
Henny coladas. There you go.
That's what we're
There you
talking
go.
about.
I actually got one thing. I think when someone would buy me out, I would probably get like what Jose said, getting few favorites. Like I don't know, maybe Scorch, Cyclonus, Galvatron, Fans Toys and X Transports it is, and I think I would keep my Age of Extinction, Age of Ultron Hulk from Hot Toys, and from everything else, I would get the Hot Toys Hulkbuster.
Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
I would love to get that too now, but currently not really possible. So, John, sorry.
I was gonna say, someone that's had to start over, I would probably start over again. One thing I learned is that if you think you have a definitive version of a character, you really don't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as people are like, well, where do you see third party in 5 years? Look at how many people bought Steaming Meteor. And then, do you think that's the definitive Starscream? It's not.
No,
There's always going to be something bigger and better. And if we learned anything from Quake Wave, right? Remember when Quake Wave was $320?
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be another, and there's always going to be one that fits people's sensibilities better. So it's if someone bought me out, I'd say fine, and I'd start over, and I would just go with what I considered to be definitive versions of the character.
Yeah.
Right now I'm a little crazy because I'm trying to do that whole masterpiece completionist shit, which I don't know why. I'm like the exact opposite of the old Pinkerton approach, but but yeah, it's possible to start over with my Super Nintendo collection. I started over.
Oh wow!
I did N64, Dreamcast, and PlayStation, and Super Nintendo. I shifted it all to Super Nintendo because that's the shit I really like. Yeah, it's definitely possible to start over, and every now and then you'll get like a figure you used to have, and it brings you feels. But I think it was Bobby that said it. It's like was talking about like his G1 stuff. It's like when it wasn't the one you grew up with, it doesn't give you the same feels, and that's how I feel with my G1 and my Beast Wars stuff. But then when I get a remake of the character and I have that new sense of discovery with it, that's when it brings me the feels.
Yeah, the last time I had those fields, that was on my German convention. I was missing one of the smokestacks for my Power Master Prime. It's not really in the restarting everything, but just for the G1 fields. And since I was missing that, I entered the cons, and the first desk I was looking at, those dude was selling 2 of those for $4, and I was like, I would taking one of these, $2. Yep, okay. And then I thought, man, that's a score. That's already a score. I got my Power Master back complete. That's perfect. Great start.
So I'm curious, like Dave or Brian, maybe like since you guys have a lot of your stuff not on display yet, and maybe your full list, you're not 100% sure of everything that's there. What would you guys do?
Oh, fuck me. I don't know. I'd probably fucking bug out because sometimes I have a problem even knowing if I have something already before I buy it again.
That's
all packed up.
Especially with this Figuart stuff. I mean, you can't have too many troopers, but I'm like, how many do I have of these motherfuckers already? Like, I gotta go. And the thing is like I'm trying to clean up, so I'm putting them like in the attic. So in order for me to go and get it out, it's like too much work. So I'm just like, you know what? Just buy another one, Dave. Fuck it, So I don't even know. I don't even know sometimes like, what I have. But you guys are opening me up to something that I need to start thinking about because the reality of it is, natural disaster can happen. God forbid, knock on wood, fire, anything could, not only take everything away that me and my wife worked for, but, I've been dropping hundreds and thousands of dollars into this collecting thing. And if that went up in flame, I wouldn't know what to do. So I got to really start thinking about that now because I don't have it insured. I mean, I haven't done any of that, quite honestly. So,
yeah, it sounds like a fun exercise to do once I start getting stuff on display.
Yeah, it's like doing your taxes. It's fun.
Yeah, you go through
Honestly,
it,
there's
log
a good sense of accomplishment when you get it in there, and then like.
Dude, I love filling out spreadsheets.
Yeah, just log it up.
I did what Dom and Gary did, and when I first bought my house, They suggested pictures, maybe take a video of the collection, lay everything out, camera on yourself saying, hi, my name is blah, 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 and this is my collection. You go through, talk about everything that's there, and it's like, then you have a definitive, I'm not bullshitting. This is not just a random photo I took from fucking the internet.
I have an idea. I have an idea. I know how I'm going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Dust is going to do it for me. Dust is doing it for me. I'm just going to make a what's in the box video for every fucking thing I buy.
There you go.
And then when something happens, I'm going to go on YouTube, and that's where you will find it all.
And then Dust deletes all your videos. All these fucking game videos. Delete.
Hey, he replaces them. He replaces them with videos of him eating like pastries.
Fucking party cake.
He's like, yo, Entenmann's. Shout out to Entenmann's.
Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Like, I know for me, like if it happened, and again, I don't have the volume of that some of you guys have for collections because I tend to recycle and it revolves a lot more for me. But I don't think I'd buy the same stuff. We talked a few months ago, one of the topics was kind of collecting is just being part of like who you are. I think I'd go the statue route, for me, and I'd start looking at some of those high-end statues where I'd maybe make one purchase a quarter, and look for some of that stuff in the big like 1/4 scale, and just be super, super selective, and just do something different.
Those Prime 1 pieces, you mean, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know if Transformers for sure, but I think I'd maybe just explore some of the other stuff that's out there, just for something different. Because I don't think I'd want to try and just replace the same stuff I already had, So.
Yeah, I didn't mean Prime. I meant the company, the Prime
company.
1.
Oh yeah, thinking
those mega expensive, super detailed. Those would be an alternate route for me too. Yeah.
Should I just go with a bunch of Soul Chigokin stuff if I want to do something different?
Yeah. If I was going to do something different, I'd go with the old school Marvel Bowen statues. Those things are dope.
Bone? What are those?
BOWEN.
The Bowen statue. Yeah.
Bowen. Oh, got it.
Those. When I worked in the hobby shop back in the day, we used to just get those in, and I wish back then, because I didn't make any money, I was a fucking kid. But that was something that I definitely could have seen myself getting into, but it was just the price of them, and I always liked the action figure aspect more of, hey, I could mess with this, whereas this, I could just like look at it, but it's just the fact that I worked there for so many years, like I felt like I did get to enjoy like all those that we had in our display, I almost felt like they were mine, even though they weren't, But those are really nice and definitely something to consider getting into if you were going to restart. I think I'm with you, man. I think I would probably, if I was going to stick with Transformers and stuff, I'd probably just make sure I get my Prime and Megatron back, and then maybe take things in a new direction, or maybe like you said, explore other lines that maybe I wouldn't have afforded to before. So
yeah.
Hot Toys is the stuff that I've always been like interested in, so it's interesting like seeing Chris's collection and how he's gotten into it and the pieces that he's getting. Like it's something, I remember when the first Avengers came out and it was the Iron Man that first kind of caught my attention. And I just thought it looked incredible. And I was like, I could get into this, but $250, $275, I guess I was going for quantity over quality.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about starting the Avengers line back then. I had Captain America, I had Iron Man, and then Nick Fury, and then everything happened after the next. And now there are how many figures and with how many thousands of dollars? No way.
Well, they hit my radar with the Dark Knight when they first showed off the face sculpt for that Joker and the articulated eyes. That's when they hit my radar. That's when I was like, this shit's something special. And then I saw the price.
Like pieces like that, to me, it seems weird to like go all in on a line that's like Hot Toys, like like the way, Chris really likes Suicide Squad and like Winter Soldier, right? Like I understand that, right? But to me, it would just I don't know. Maybe it's just more economical to just buy the figure warts if you want to buy the whole MCU. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
And there's really just focusing on small aspects of your collection. Like when I look at how much I've dumped into the Hasbro lines of shit that's just sitting in bins versus the stuff that I'm actually willing to display.
Yeah. But it's like I just recently went in on my first Hot Toys, right? So I pre-ordered the Empire Strikes Back Vader.
That Vader.
And I'm like, that is like to me would be a signature like piece, like that character
standalone,
is like he represents that saga for me, kind of thing,
Yeah, Hot Toys for me is always that approach that it is a action figure, but it has the statue approach. You can have it standing there and it looks like a friggin' statue.
Right, and it just seems like for people who would go all in on an entire line. It just, dude, that's I don't know. It's a different collector than me. You know what I mean?
I felt the reason in Hot Toys that I hesitate in getting into it is because if you bought that old Darth Vader, the Episode 3 Darth Vader, right? And then now the Empire Strikes Back one is coming out. So now you have to let go of that. Of the Episode 3 that's not like not desired or not in demand, and then all of a sudden you got to dish out another $250 for the episode the Episode 5 Darth Vader. So it's like I just feel like I would hate myself if I just had to go through and then all of a sudden they have a new Black Widow that's just 10 times better, or they have a new
But then look at what we do with Masterpiece, and we buy party figures that are placeholders.
So,
but like you're talking about $250, $300, and then now and then
you're
talking like $100, $600, $100 figure. So
you've got a good point, Dom. Like I've got 4 Hot Toys figures, and I was trying to stick to either the movie that really stuck to me, and versions of the character. So I've got I got the Netflix Punisher because I just thought it looked awesome even before the season came out. And I've got 3 from Civil War. And I'll just say this, like I like my Transformer shelf, like for my Autobots, but that Civil War shelf, when I look at it and you talk about getting the feels and like looking at the characters together, like there's nothing else that I've collected that kind of like looks that way to me.
Yeah.
But it does make me be very, very selective about which character and which version of the character. Before I bought an Iron Man, I was looking at the sculpts of Robert Downey's face, from the different movies and which one and which armor, and making a list and kind of comparing it. So I guess to me, I kind of enjoyed like being a little bit more strict with it versus just, hey, I can buy these 3 Marvel Legends and it's $60 and it's not a big deal. So it kind of just, I think, challenged the thought process. Yeah. But
it's funny that
as far as the display goes,
and
it's like, yeah.
And I just want to call bullshit on what I just said.
Yeah, I was gonna call you out, but I wasn't gonna.
Because, like to me, Hot Toys, that's the definitive thing, like the uber collectible. So like I would consider getting that for like if you really like the character. But then I just like, well, I'm like collecting all season 1 Masterpiece Transformers, which is basically the uber collectible for a Transformer, and I'm getting the whole set even though I don't like all the characters. So. I'm just calling bullshit on myself right now.
But I found it funny that Gary said that this was where his selective thinking kind of set in, and it was the same for me with Hot Toys. You just don't buy, like Brian said, a full set. When you think about a full set, let's talk Iron Man. I mean, Star Wars a full set, that is one thing, but Iron Man, those things with die cast cost $400 easy with the new engineering in there. So, how anyone can really afford this is beyond me, like totally. But I also think you get with Transformers, when you put it Transformer, even a more expensive one like the Generation toy Tyrant now, besides the War Machine, I got the die cast. This cost me $400. The engineering is great. You can pull out joints, you get more articulation and everything. But at the end of the day, this thing is a display piece. It doesn't do pretty much anything. And the transformer has all the engineering to transform it anywhere, so you get more bang for the buck. And that's where, when I look at Transformers and at Hot Toys, I love my RoboCop, I love my Terminator, I get all the feels, like Gary said. But more for the buck, Transformers easy.
I get what Tim's saying. I actually just looked into Hot Toys recently, and the one thing I got to say that their gimmick or their way they do business is pretty cool. Is you can pre-order something and pay for it slowly, as opposed to when you buy a Transformer, you either got to get it or not. You know what I mean? And Hot Toys, they give you the option. I mean, you don't even have to pre-order. You could buy it essentially and pay it off slowly. They'll ship it to you when you're done paying for it. So, you have a payment plan. So some people might say, you know what? I'll buy this $300 toy that looks just like the fucking movie. And then as opposed to buying 4 Transformers where 3 weeks from now, 3 more renditions came out of the same fucking character. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I kind of see the sensibility of people that collect Hot Toys. And I got to say, I'll call it out now. I did pre-order that Vader. So that's a year from now, but I wanted it. I pre-ordered it, and that'll be my first Hot Toys figure. And I'm thinking about, maybe doing just the key characters, maybe 4 to 5, 6 tops, but that's about it. And if you do it like that and you play it smart, you might get more bang for your buck, because when somebody walks into your house and you look at a Hot Toys figure, everybody looks at that and they're like, holy shit, that looks just like the movie, especially somebody that doesn't collect. Somebody, just a novice person walks in and goes, holy shit, that's fucking Yoda, as opposed to they're seeing 15 Black Series or 15 Figuarts figures and they're like, oh, look, you got Star Wars toys. Yeah, exactly.
Dave, it's funny you say that. Like, I'll watch YouTube videos where they'll try to do screenshots from movies, those clickbait fucking YouTube videos out there, top 10, blah, blah, blah. And, I'll be watching it, and, they'll be like, and here's Vader from so-and-so, and I'm, thinking to myself, I'm like, actually, that's not from the movie. Somebody just posed a hot toy, and that's the picture they pulled off Google, you know what I mean?
Yep. They use Hot Toys. They do Hot Toys multimedia now. They even took the very first cleaner Predator from Hot Toys and put it on a new version on a German Predator steelbook as the cover piece.
Oh wow!
That's how convincing those pieces are.
I could get away with having 6 of them. I could have Luke, Han, Chewie, Obi-Wan, Leia, and Vader. I could get away with having those 6.
No,
that's where it's not.
That's not too bad, between a $1,200 and $1,500 investment. It's not horrible.
Yeah.
On Transformers and everything else, So we're going to have to start wrapping this up, though, guys. So this has been a great discussion. Gary, thank you for that question. Brian, the chat, did you keep up tonight?
Yeah, did you just call my name?
Yes, you did.
All right,
yeah, I was just checking if you caught up with the chat.
Yeah, I did. So we had a few guys in here tonight. We had Chat Wingingham, of course, and we had EE Prime 20, KJ Smith, Adamus Nitron, Jisk One was in here shopping.
Yeah. Congrats on Klaatu.
Yeah,
shopping with doubles.
Sunday Heat. Ralph the Vendetta was in here. We also had Ralph L, Sean S, and bringing up the end here was actually we got someone else just pop in.
We got
Lance. But Lance is daring me. He's daring me. So yes, we had the Forgotten Path in here tonight, Mr. Lance from the West Coast, and last but not least, Lord Shadowkeeper. Yes.
Nice. Thanks for popping on tonight, guys. Let's just run it down the panel, get some where you at. So we'll start with Tim K.
Yes, reporting. Figure Photography Crate on Instagram and Tim K on the Facebook groups.
No disassemble.
Disassemble Hot Toys.
No disassemble.
All right, JD.
Tim. You can find me in a disassembled toy room.
No disassemble.
No disassemble. No, JD Brochus in the Facebook groups, Pigment Surgery on Instagram and Xbox Live. Here with you guys Tuesdays, every other Wednesday on Figure Bangin'. New show next week. By the way,
Maybe.
Nice.
Maybe.
Masterpiece Shapice.
What's up? You can find me, Nick Bramer, in the Facebook groups and masterpiece_shitpiece on Instagram.
All right. G Money.
Hey, Gary Allen in the Facebook groups and here with you guys on Tuesday nights.
Nice. All right. Extra Zero.
All right, so James Jordan on the Facebook groups. You can find me on Twitter at The Original Zero. It's in my blue tag there. You can find me on Xbox Live as Extra Space Zero and on PlayStation Network as Extra Zero. And, of course, I'm here every Tuesday night with the rest of y'all.
Awesome. Big Dom.
You can find me at Dominic Rosso in the Facebook groups. And I will not be here next week. I will be cruising the Caribbean.
Nice.
My significant
Killing in Peru.
Come on.
Killing Peru. Showing off everybody.
All right, Energon Addict.
I will be trying to break into Dom's house to get that G1 collection next week.
Yeah.
Me, Dave.
Before
Call me.
he does the spreadsheet.
While he's away. But you can find me on Instagram, Energon Addict. You can find me on Facebook.
Why did I give him my address?
You can find me on Facebook, David Cologne. It's pronounced Cologne, not colon. And catch me here on Tuesdays.
Colon cleansing.
That's his edition of finger begging.
Yes.
Brian.
Oh, and you can find me, Brian Brink, in the Facebook groups, at Brinklizer on Instagram, and I will be at Dom's house guarding his collection.
Thank you, Brian.
Dom, you can tell me.
You're gonna be outnumbered, buddy.
There might be an Optimus Prime for you, Brian.
Yes. And also I was I was derelict in my duties. One Chuck, who invited himself, was also in the chat tonight.
Who the fuck invited Chuck?
All right, and as for myself, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at HarricanDX. You could also follow the fitness account Diaz4Fitness on Instagram. I'm here with these jackals every single Tuesday night in the R.O.C Hangout. Guys, remember to join us on Facebook, where there's the group Realm of Collectors. We're on Instagram at Realm of Collectors and on Twitter at Enter the R.O.C. Send any what's in the fucking box and shelf life videos to entertherealmcast@gmail.com. Remember to pull up a chair to the Cool Table Network. It's a hub for like-minded podcasts, including Enter the Realm, Plastic Fanatics, Figure Bangin', Shattercast Uncut, Toy Detox, Nerd Rage Radio, Beer and Bolters 40K, Stasis Locks 8 Weeks, and the brand new Lego show building up to it. You can find the Cool Table on Facebook and subscribe to all these other great podcasts on iTunes and Google Play, as well as through the RSS feed on our website, realmofcollectors.com. Don't forget to check out the merchandise on the website. And that's going to be our show for tonight, guys. Thank you for everybody watching. Thank you for everybody listening. We are the ROC. We're not going anywhere, so get to know us. We'll see you next week. On